Okay, basically what we're looking at here is we need to address the issues head on, okay? A politician or anyone should be able to answer the question, not talk around the subject, as we've all done here tonight, and the Republicans and Democrats are constantly doing. You have to address the issues of America, of the people, for the people, and by the people, not lead or dictate over them.
Candidate Smith, 45 seconds for you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you every one of you who have come tonight and taken your time, and everyone who's watching tonight on the internet. Thank you so much. Basically, I want to acknowledge a friend of mine that has passed yesterday, who was a co-founder of Veterans for Education Reform. His name is Frank Monreal, and I want to say a prayer for his, or just acknowledge his wife and children, who are such an instrumental part of our San Antonio community, and so much a part of, they were such mentors. Mr. Monreal was such a mentor for me. There's other members of the Veterans for Education Reform. As I said, it was about the First Amendment, and Mr. George Alejo and Mr. Fidel Castillo.
Candidate Kiddington.
Okay,
Thank you, sir. Your final 45 seconds for closing statements.
Big government doesn't work for us. Millions of jobs and business lost. Thousands of Americans now live in cars and tents. We can't afford more political gains. I serve mankind as a minister, and so I've given more success to others than to myself. But I believe in the prosperity of America. I have 4 college degrees, years managing, caregiving, business consulting. In the military on watch, as I said, I answered the 3 a.m. phone call. I've already have done what Hillary failed to do. So if you want a responsible woman for president, caucus Kiddington, I'm older and more mature than Senators Rubio and Cruz that failed to show up for work, that failed to show up for key votes, but I'm far younger and meant for the 21st century than Bernie Sanders. So if you want a responsible president, caucus Kiddington, if you used to go to caucus and you think of yourself as an independent now, go back to that caucus you used to go to and caucus Kiddington.
Thank you.
And I promise you I will look after American interests and American jobs first.
That is your time. Thank you. Candidate Dionisio.
Thank you. I've spent my life tearing down the walls of isolation, bigotry, and hate. Having traveled the world full of confidence and pride in America's spirit and innovation, consistent with leaders like John Kennedy and Ronald Reagan, our next president has to support the greatness of the country which elects them. And that one day can be today. You can be proud knowing that you rose up at such a crucial time in history to have a real voice and to make a difference. Positive global relationships and forward visionary leadership are here if we stand for what is right. United as one nation, and start breaking the chains that are holding us captive from being the very best we can be as individuals and as a nation.
Thank you, sir. Candidate Johnson.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Only we can fix us, period. And I think I speak for everyone up here when I say that. The United States is multicultural, multifaceted. We're a country of ideas and ideals that sometimes clash, but we always tend to work together to get through whatever is confronting us. And right now, what is confronting us is our very well-being. As your president, I would work along with anyone, reach any conclusion, strive to do whatever needs to be done to get the job done, so that we have a world that we can hand over to our children, that they can hand over to their children. As your candidate for presidency, if we could pull an upset to remove those folks who are in power right now who are professional politicians, then I would tell you that right now I would be the person that you should elect. OnlyWeCanFixThis.com, and I'm John Fitzgerald.
Candidate Thomas.
First, I want to thank all the debaters that came to Lake Charles, and hopefully you enjoyed the city. I'd like to thank Ms. Jackie Simeon. I believe that we are at a crucial moment in our history. There are so many issues that affects our position as a top-ranked country. We need to go back to the drawing board and make America appealing to America again. As president, I will reform all the major problems that plague our nation, and create a future that we all can believe in. Thank you. I'm Verone Thomas, and I'm a candidate for President of the United States of America.
Candidate Khan.
Thank you. Thanks to the organizers and everybody who helped out tonight. Thanks to the audience. Please support independent candidates. Look at our websites, voteforlynn2016.com. And I'm going to close with this. Reinvention is the key and peacemaking is the heart of today's revolution. Taking to scale our proven solutions, listening to the people's priorities, not paying off political authorities, demanding results from all our agencies, stop funding programs that wander aimlessly, getting the waste out of bureaucracies, giving the savings back to communities. Yes, I have a plan, a 7-track strategy, 30 years in the making, so listen to me. You want to get started, I say, without argument. Building peace requires transforming government.
Thank you, Candidate Keniston.
I want to use my final remarks tonight to address the issue of wasted votes. It's an issue that we all have to deal with as independent and third-party candidates. It's an argument that's often presented to us. I want to talk about the 2012 election, presidential election. 219 Americans could have voted in that election. Were of legal age, registered or unregistered. The final vote count, 58% of the vote was split between President Obama and candidate Romney. 42% of that 219 million people said no, period. Didn't vote. So the actual mandate for the 2012 election was no. With 5% of the popular vote, every candidate's party up here represented with just 5% will compete head-to-head with the two major parties in 2020.
Thank you, sir. Our final candidate with our final closing arguments,
I'm going to
statements.
continue my brother. We can win. More Americans didn't vote for them. Let's join together. I'd like to invite all of us to set up a peace and health camp at the RNC and DNC because Americans would reject what's going to happen. We can do this. The revolution has begun. We can do it. The Green Party, as you know, represents ecological wisdom, social justice, grassroots economy, and nonviolence. I encourage all of us as citizens to take our nation. We never had it if you look at the Constitution, but we can take our nation. Join all of us that represent you to move us forward. Stay green.